Block Rosary Crusaders in Buea Diocese commit to continue fervently praying the Rosary for the salvation of the world. The members gathered Sunday 2nd for their 50th year of existence in the diocese. Understanding the contents of the Institution of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life came under review this Monday, June 3rd, 2024, during Diocesan Catechesis Know Your Faith. And Catholic schools in the diocese have started registration and interviews for new enrollments for the next academic year. Good evening and welcome to Divine Mercy Primer. Those were the headlines for tonight's newscast. Their full readouts will be yours in a moment. Over 300 members of the Block Rosary Crusade of Buea Diocese have reaffirmed their commitments in praying the Rosary for the salvation of mankind and peace in the world. The diocesan chaplain, Reverend Father Norum Chijoke Stephen, on June 3rd officiated the anniversary mass of this apostolic group at St. Martin de Porres Parish, Bokwango. The mass took place yesterday and Jude Mbaku was there present. Let's have his report.
Before gathering here at St. Martin de Porres Parish for this Golden Jubilee, members of the Block Rosary Crusade had a bigger celebration last year in Kumba. This one, however, was to enable those who were not in Kumba to have a feel. In their numbers, they filled the church house dressed in their anniversary t-shirts and fabric. Buea Diocesan Chaplain of the Block Rosary Crusade, Reverend Father Stephen Norum Chijoke, in his sermon, reiterated the need for members to remain true to the basic ideas of the apostolic group, praying the Rosary.
Block Rosary, these Christians gathered together to spread the message of Our Lady to all everywhere, to teach people to behave, to follow the footsteps of Our Lady, and also to recite and say their Rosary on daily basis.
As members of the apostolic group worshipped during this anniversary mass, they found out time to reunite in purpose and to intensify the prayers of the Rosary.
Celebrating 50 years of achievement of the Block Rosary in Buea Diocese. We had already celebrated in Kumba, so we thought it wise to come back to our own diocese and celebrate. So with the Block Rosary, since I joined the Block Rosary, it is wonderful. It is a very wonderful group because here we propagate the message of Fatima when Our Lady said we should pray the Rosary for peace in the world.
Happy to be among those celebrating the Golden Jubilee. I entered the group like 15 years ago, and I think it is a memorable event for me because the wonders of the Rosary cannot be enumerated.
11-year-old Gabriela and Lisa, aged 13, are testimonies that age isn't a barrier to be part of the Block Rosary Crusade. They had been motivated by the wonders of these prayers.
What motivated me to come inside Block Rosary was Mama Maria appeared to 3 little children, Francisco, Lucia, and Jacinta. And so as Block Rosarians, the Rosary is our identity. And so if we are trying to encourage more youths to come and join the Block Rosary.
Block Rosary has helped us in many ways as we learn how to pray the Rosary, and by doing so many miracles have been unfolded and released in our lives.
When they meet, they pray for peace in the world, intercede on the behalf of others, the conversion of people, and the salvation of their souls. The Vice National President, Dr. Foson Gilbert, attests that these members are committed to this cause.
From the number of people that turn out for today, you will realize that we are actually committed. We have weekly prayers, that is generally on Mondays. After the 6 a.m. Mass, we have prayers. All the branches, all the members of the various branches, we gather and we have our prayers and meetings. We also have monthly or thereabout meetings at the deanery level and at the diocesan level also. So as far as commitment is concerned, I must say the members are really committed, and we try our best to serve the Lord.
Dr. Fossong also says their plan is to bring more prayerful members into the fold.
We have plans to do evangelization in the various deaneries that we have in the Diocese of Buea. We have 7 deaneries actually of the Block Rosary, and we've started already with the Muyoka deanery. We went to Ekona and we got about 18 members there. So we have plans to go to other deaneries. The next will be Muya. They will come to Buea and extend it to Limbe, Muyoka, and the other deaneries. So the future is bright.
After this Holy Mass, the members made out time to take stock of their activities, plan their next moves, and also fellowship together. To be part of the Block Rosary Crusade, one only needs to be a dedicated and prayerful Catholic. No registration is needed. After an observation period of 6 months, you then qualify as a full-fledged member.
Buea Diocesan Weekly Televised Catechetical Program Know Your Faith, broadcast this Monday, June 3rd, focus on the Institute of Consecrated Life and the Societies of Apostolic Life. Today's session moderated by Reverend Father Martin J. on behalf of the proper teacher of the Diocese of Buea, His Lordship Michael Bibi. Let's take you back to the high points of this catechesis with Reverend Father Roderick Yangsi, who answered present. His report.
Know Your Faith, the weekly catechetical program of the Bishop of the Diocese of Buea, Monsignor Michael Bibi, took place today at the St. Martin de Porres Parish, Bokwango. He dwelt today on Institutes of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life, which is the third category of Christ faithful, distinguished from both the lay faithful and sacred ministers by their consecration to God through the profession of the evangelical councils. The Institutes of Consecrated Life are societies which are established and approved within the Church and are governed by means of suitable Church legislations. They take public vows and they live in community, whereas societies of apostolic life do not take public vows and have some exceptions in living in community.
They are societies which are established, which have been put forth and approved within the Church by a competent authority, a competent ecclesiastical authority, after being approved and governed by suitable means of Church's legislation, Church's rules and regulations. So what you have noticed is the fact that members belonging to the Society of Apostolic Life are members who do not take religious vows. They do not take religious vows to pursue, to ensure they are belonging to the Society of Apostolic Life. And so, unlike the members of the Institute of Consecrated Life, the members of the Society of Apostolic Life do not make public vows.
The catechetical teacher for today also highlighted the importance of the patrimony of the Institute, which has to do with the nature, the purpose, the spirituality, and the character of the Institute. These 4 criteria, together with the traditions of the Institute, constitute the patrimony of the Institute, and that makes each institute unique and distinct from each other. It is by carefully verifying and establishing the 4 elements that the competent authority decides on the relevance of the Institute before approving of its existence.
And so competent authority in the Church are very important. It is the prerogative of a competent authority in the Church to interpret, firstly, those evangelical counsels that are lived or professed by the members of this Institute of Consecrated Life or Society of Apostolic Life, and to make or legislate by making rules as found in the various constitutions. For instance, the Brothers of St. Martin de Porres, they have their constitutions which lead and guide them, which is different from what guides us, like we have the diocesan policy, as members of the Association of Diocesan Priests, the ADP. So there are variations, but there are some common principles which get across. For instance, obedience. Obedience. They will definitely be encouraged to be obedient, as we are equally advised to be obedient, as we see this belonging to one of the evangelical councils, amidst the theory of poverty, chastity, and obedience.
Some of the participants posed intriguing questions about general disturbing doctrinal issues and were given satisfactory responses.
Today's teaching dwelt on the consecrated life and apostolic life. And the essence of that is to let Christians understand what it means to be a member of a consecrated life or apostolic life. Basically, it surrounds chastity, it surrounds obedience and poverty. So
it is not good to put pictures in the altar during the Feast of the Dead, which is on November, because it distracts Christians from praying.
You could see an atmosphere of joy and satisfaction on the faces of the Christians as they departed with lots of joy and satisfaction while they await another session come next week.
Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis, commonly known as Franciscan Sisters, officially inaugurate 3 provinces of their congregation at a pontifical high mass, officiated by the Bishop of Kumbo, His Lordship George Ugo, and a host of priests, as well as religious from various congregations. Reverend Father Jude Tanlaka, Communications Director of the Diocese of Kumbo, now relates to us the details.
The Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis, commonly called Chisong Sisters, started by Maria Huber in South Tyrol, Brixen, in the year 1700, reached Chisong in 1935. In 1971, Chisong was canonically erected as a province. Thus, congregation experienced a steady growth in numbers of up to 333 sisters, and that were spread in up to 49 different communities. Friday the 31st of May is the day that was set aside to divide thus one province of Cameroon into 3. The solemn Holy Mass marking thus colorful, exciting and historic event was celebrated in the Kumbo Cathedral by His Excellency Monsignor George Nkuo, Bishop of Kumbo, and concelebrated by the Bishop Emeritus of Boya, Monsignor Banlanjo Boshu, Vicar Generals, Monsignors, and a host of priests from within and without the Diocese of Kumbo. In the opening speech presented by the General Superior of the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis, Mother Theodosia Baki, was highlighted the significance of the division of the Cameroon province of the Tertiary Sisters into 3.
Today marks a historic moment in the life of the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis and in the life of our Catholic Church. With immense joy and gratitude, I address you on this unique occasion of the official inauguration of 3 new provinces of our congregation.
The birth of a child, dogless of triplets, is an event of superabundant joy. Notwithstanding, birth pangs are an unavoidable reality. The soul-searching homily of Bishop George was so soothing as he called on the sisters to relate perfectly without conflict as in the Trinitarian Godhead.
My Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis, who are here present, to repeat after me. 3 provinces. 3 provinces. 3 provinces. 3 provinces. 1 family. 1 family. Of the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis. Of the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis.
Celebrating on the feast of the visitation of the Blessed Virgin Mary to Elizabeth, the bishop also said this concerning the meeting of Mary with Elizabeth.
One was the mother of the Savior, the other was the mother of the Herald. One was older, the other was young, but their age difference was never a source of tension in their mission. This was the meeting of 2 women who came together not to be jealous of each other, but to share their joy because of the wonders the Lord had done for each of them. This was the meeting of 2 women who came together not to cause each other pain, but to bring joy to each other, even the baby
Sister Gloria Weber is the outgoing provincial superior of the then one province of Cameroon. She handed over the seals of the congregation to the 3 new leadership teams with the following words.
Precious God, after these 4 years of service as provincial superior of the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis, on this day of the feast of the visitation, I, Sister Gloria Kenyoifon Weber, hand over the provincial seal with these words of gratitude.
The 15 new leaders, 5 for each of the 3 provinces, received the implements for their work: the seals, the Bible, and the Code of Canon Law inter alia. With this, the deed was done. The one Cameroon province of the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis that existed since 1971 has become a trinity of provinces. The St. Francis province was temporal provincial house in Chisong, Kumbo Diocese, and consisting communities around Kumbo, Yaoundé, DRC, and USA. The St. Clair province was temporal provincial house in Kombo, Boya Diocese, made up of communities in Douala, Edea, Boya, Adamawa, Manfé, Central African Republic, North Cameroon and Morocco, and the Maria Huber province, with temporal provincial house in Laverna Spiritual Center, Fonte Street, Bamenda.
We are grateful to you for 10 years to serve our provinces.
This time when I got the news, why me? I counted the number of sisters we had and I was asking myself to this day, why me? And I went into prayers and said, God is surely telling me something that I should do for the province. I want to tell the tertiary sisters that we should accept the change. Change is not easy, and we know that we are doing it for effective mission.
Well, I feel so happy. I feel happy because many people have come to support, not to support us. The presence of many people tell me and tell all of us that we can do it.
I have come from Rome with my 2 companions, my Vicar General, Sister Maria Paula, and also one of the General Councilors, Sister Lucia. We have restructured the province of Cameroon to 3 provinces. It is not the first restructuring of our congregation. The first one was in 1929 when 4 different congregations came together and became Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis. This is the second one, which is a dream come true. They have all been asking over the years that the province will be restructured because it was too enormous, 27 countries for 5 people.
Let's now talk education. Various schools and colleges in the Diocese of Boya have begun interviews into Form 1 with a call for parents to register their children. The call was made by the principal of CUIB Entrepreneurial High School, Reverend Father Pascal Siben, during the weekend. Joseph Otop has details of the story.
It is that time of the year again when parents, together with their children, are scouting for schools and colleges to enroll them. Being a tradition in the Diocese of Boya over the years, various schools and colleges in the diocese have begun interviews into Form 1, which gives pupils the opportunity to study in these schools. Making a stop at the CUIB Entrepreneurial High School, parents and pupils who gather for this interview say their choice of CUIB is based on the quality of education offered.
The choice of the school, normally I know that I myself, I went to Catholic education, and I know that talking about schools, they have also a qualitative way of teaching the people. That's why I chose this school for my daughter.
In fact, I am happy that my daughter, Mokube Mirel, has made it in this session of the interview in this institution, in this prestigious institution, because not everybody is privileged to be in this institution. Myself, I am a staunch Catholic, and my children, I have brought them up in the Catholic faith. Being Catholic, at least I trust my institutions. I have confidence in the institutions that are being controlled by the Catholics. The reason why I am here to enroll her immediately so that she can pick up from there.
I choose this school because it gives me perfect education, and I know that because I've heard about the school a lot, and I'm sure that the school gives me perfect education.
I wanted to come to this school because in this school you have a lot of things that you do. Teachers teach well. They give us good understanding when we teach, and there's no way one child can ever fail in a class, and they also do other studies which improve our skills in learning. I chose CUBE International because CUBE International is a strategy school which builds up students in religious studies and general studies and mathematics and English. And I've seen that this school grows a lot in maths and general subjects, which are my two most best subjects. So this school will be a great and future school.
Meanwhile, the Education Secretary of the Diocese, Reverend Father Vincent Mesue, gives reasons for this interview each year.
To tell you the importance of interviews, they allow you to assess the students or the candidates, the qualification, and this qualification may be in terms of skills, it may be in terms of trying to mold those children with respect to your culture, because they are coming from varied schools, different schools. So when they come for interview, based on what we want to assess them on, it gives us room to actually try to start grooming them towards the culture of our schools, because you may be coming from another school with a different culture. If you are coming to our school, we must streamline you to the culture of our schools.
As the days go by, parents are therefore encouraged to enroll their children as fast as possible so as to ensure a better education and future for them.
Vox Dei Bilingual Nursery and Primary School has sent forth some 350 kids and pupils of the institution during the 2023-2024 academic year. The graduation ceremony took place on Saturday, June 1st, 2024. The pupils of this institution were called upon to take on more challenging phase in their academic journey and not depart from the moral values imparted on them. Nadeshme was at the Vox Dei Bilingual Nursery and Primary School on Saturday for the celebration. Her report.
After distinguishing themselves as pupils of Vox Dei Bilingual Nursery and Primary School in the recently published Common Entrance Examination, it is time to say goodbye to their alma mater.
2023-2024 academic year. Do declare our pledge of loyalty to our alma mater that we will treasure in our hearts the ideas, honor and prestige to alma mater, that we are grateful for the guidance, knowledge and protection our school has given us.
Despite challenges faced by the head teacher, Ntinga Seraphine, who is sending out the 10th batch of pupils.
I have some challenges this academic year. One, textbooks. Parents were not going for textbooks, so it was making it very difficult for teachers to carry on their work. So it was not really easy for the teachers. Secondly, school fees. It was very difficult this academic year for me to collect school fees. I collected them at the end of the step term, so it was not really easy.
She congratulated this graduates, identifying them as a badge of endurance and uniqueness, while applauding and thanking the parents for trusting the institution.
At least all my children went in for common entrance. There are 31 of them, and all of them have list A, so I'm so proud of them. Then the one going to class 6, I pray that they should work hard so that they should have the same percentage again. I just want to tell my parents that I'm very happy for them. They have brought their children for us to give them knowledge, and I'm very proud of them. I pray that next year they should be with us again and we should continue in that same spirit.
The graduates who performed excellently well, being the 5th, 6th and 7th in the recently released Common Entrance Examination for the Southwest region, promise to always shine the light of Vox Dei Bilingual Nursery and Primary School.
My name is Safaraya. So I'm proud of having all the awards. I also promise to continue studying hard to get more prize awards.
I'll continue studying for my family, and I'll thank them for all what they have done for me. I'm really proud of myself for taking a second in the center when we write our common entrance and the seat in the region. I made my mother and my father proud, and they'll be very proud of me when I'm going to secondary school. I'm going to make them more prouder and happy. I made my family proud of me. It's not because it's the grace of God. All of us now
with joy and excitement, parents reaffirmed a strong commitment in accompanying their children climb the academic ladder. They also shared their appraisal towards the teachers for protecting their children throughout this academic year.
I am actually one of the most satisfied parents. My son, Safi Ryan, who is in primary 6, who is leaving primary 6 today, he graduated and had a good performance at the level of common entrance, at the level of their school. He is the overall best, and then at the level of the center where he wrote, he came the first over 200 kids that all joined in that center. Then at the level of the region, he came the 5th. So I must tell you that I am very grateful, most especially to Box the institution where he has been all this while, and the teachers that have groomed him all along to get to this level.
Excited, I was filled with joy. But thanks to the Almighty God who made it possible. Because we as parents and as teachers, we have played our part, but only the Lord God alone who had the final say upon their performance, and my prayer is that He should continue to protect them.
The graduation ceremony ended with different activities such as displays, rhymes, drama, amongst others.
Development stakeholders of the Southwest region have met to discuss strategies on the regional land use and the sustainable development plan of the region. The meeting took place recently here in Buea. Let's have details with our reporter Jamilatu Tontang.
With the singing of the national anthem right up to the general discussions and recommendations, recorded the attendance of some stakeholders who came together with the common goal of discussing on the plan for the sustainable development in the southwest region of Cameroon. The workshop was chaired by Minister Paul Tasson, who believed that it was a great medium to arm other stakeholders to build and boost the livelihood of the population of the southwest region after the implementations of the strategies discussed.
The workshop that we've just concluded today was organized to launch the elaboration of the Southwest Regional Land Use and Sustainable Development Plan. This is in keeping with the law which was voted in 2011, authorizing or permitting government to plan the use of space alongside the long-term vision for the development of Cameroon. The government understands that in as much as we want to improve the living conditions of Cameroon by tapping into the potentials of the country, the most important thing to do, the most important factor is to improve our knowledge of the territory.
In an interview with the Vice President of the Southwest Regional Assembly, Chief Atem Ebako, he gave more insights on the importance of the meeting for the various parties involved and of course to the Southwest region as a whole.
You would agree with me that ideas are born in the mind. For these ideas to take form that everyone would see, you have to develop them into a plan. And that plan now would include activities, would include strategies, would include deliverables. So the importance of this meeting of today is to give the various stakeholders in the Southwest region, and particularly the actors in the field, what plan that the government has with respect to how it has to develop the Southwest region. That's why they had to hire consultants who would dip their minds into our own heads and bring out the importance of a plan. And this first stage of this document which we got today was just a restitution of how they intend to do the work, which would last for about 20 months.
The meeting has come and gone, and the population of the Southwest region look forward to the plan of action that was agreed on for the sustainable development of the communities in the Southwest region and of course Cameroon.
We end in sports. 33 cyclists from 9 teams in Africa and Europe are taking part in the 20th edition of the Cameroon International Cycling Tour. Cameroonian cyclist Clovis Kamzong Abosolo is winner of the yellow jersey during the first phase of the Marwa event, which kicked off on Friday, May 31st, 2024. Summer Eileen followed this tour for us and compiled the following report.
The 9 cycling teams competing for the yellow jersey consist of cyclists from 8 countries: Cameroon, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Morocco, Algeria, Holland, and France. These teams were all present during the opening ceremony of the competition at the Marwa Ceremonial Ground, May 31, presided over by Sport and Physical Education Minister, Professor Narcisse Moelle Kambi. Clovis Kamzong Abosolo, Cameroonian cyclist, won the first lap of the race. The governor of the Far North region, Mijiawa Bakari, had this to say.
The first and second place were Cameroonian, which is exceptional. You see people coming out massively, youth, women, everybody. Here in Far North region, you know that bicycle is common use. Everyone has his bicycle, and that's why you see many people coming here to Cameroon. And that's why the first, second place, even other places is Cameroonian, and they are determined to go further. And we do hope that at the day, Yaoundé, at the end of this race, the yellow jersey will become.
The second lap saw cyclists covering a distance of 102.7 kilometers from Figul to Garoua and was won by Algerian-born Mimouni Osama after this lap was halted 10 kilometers to the finish line owing to torrential rainfall that made it difficult for bikers to continue the race. Clovis Abosolo retained the yellow jersey at this stage. However, Dutch cyclist Canista Goldwyn from the Global Cycling Team won the third lap in a closed-circuit race covering a distance of 99.2 kilometers in 2 hours 30 minutes 10 seconds. That notwithstanding, the Cameroonian cyclist Kamzong Abosolo remained holder of the yellow jersey after this third lap, occupying the 10th position on the general classification chart, and is best Cameroonian cyclist of this third lap. El Othmani Mehdi, Moroccan cyclist, is second winner of the third lap of the International Cycling Tour of Cameroon 2024, while French cyclist Clan Mederic occupies the third position. They both completed the race in 2 hours 30 minutes 10 seconds. The International Cycling Tour of Cameroon 2024 runs from May 31 to June 9.
That report on sports rounds off Divine Mercy Prime tonight, but prior to us parting, let's have a recap of the headlines. Block Rosary Crusaders in Buea Diocese commit to continue fervently praying the Rosary for the salvation of the world. The members gathered Sunday 2nd for their 50th year of existence in the diocese. Understanding the contents and constitutes of the institution of consecrated life and societies of apostolic life came under review this Monday, June 3rd, 2024 during Diocesan Catechesis Know Your Faith. And Catholic schools in the diocese have started registration and interviews for new enrollments for the new academic year. Thank you for watching Divine Mercy Primer. Stay tuned for more interesting and beautiful programs on DMR TV. Up next shall be Mountain Echoes. Have a restful night. Happy New Week.